All right. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. All right, I can hear myself loud and clear. How are we tonight? Yes, birds are prey to cats. But again, perspective. To us, cats are fluffy, cute. But to the bird, a cat's pretty freaking scary. So perspective. Hey, Fear, how's it going? Hello, Mary. Wrath, PA, you made it. Welcome. Awesome. Beautiful Nightmare. Thanks a ton for tuning in. Cool. Everybody's filing in. My 10 minutes going live ahead of time plan is working. Sorry. I'm in a really good mood now because I'm not at work. This week has been like ridiculous. It's been like running a 5-day marathon with nothing but hurdles. And I've leaped every single one of them, so I'm pretty proud of myself. Of course, my wife helped by, putting out the fire when our outlet caught fire this week, which was one of those hurdles. So props to her too. Debbie, welcome. Very glad you were able to make it. Warrior Princess, thanks a ton for making it back. What did he say? I am doing well, everybody. Doing well. Now that, like I said, off of work is a good thing. Just another 8 minutes before I kick this off. I have a lot of things I'd like to discuss with you guys tonight. There's a ton going on. So just I'd like to go over it a little bit more. Or, more in detail, answer any questions about anything. Obviously, place it out there as reminders. And yeah, we will get off from there. Happy Friday. Absolutely. So happy it's Friday. So happy that work is over for the week. Like I was contemplating on whether or not I should take off at the end of October for the stream. Because vacations are never really vacations, especially where I work. It's, oh, well, you're going on vacation next week, so you got to do this and you got to do that, and you really better get some stuff done because you're going. So it's like you got to run the gauntlet to go on vacation, and then when you're done with vacation, you come back and you pay the price. It's like, well, you were on vacation last week and you should be rested, and how come all this stuff never got done, and this should have been taken care of before you left, and vacation's never vacation. So I was contemplating it, but then I went into work this morning, and once again, my boss was there at the crack of dawn, like he has been all week this week, without even a cup of coffee in me. I'm in his office going over reports and things I should be doing. And it's like not even 7 o'clock yet. So it's been nuts. It's been nuts. I'm really, really happy that it is Friday, and all of that prompted me to run back into my office and put in for vacation on October 29th, October 30th, and November 2nd. So every day that horror con is running, I have off from work, and I figured why not? I'm sitting on 119 hours of vacation time, so I might as well use it before I lose it at the end of the year. Yeah, no rest for me, no rest for the wicked, no rest. That's okay. It's okay, man, because it's Friday. I'm here, all of you, and yeah, this is awesome. I was actually going through today's story a little bit today, and I might trip up a few. It's written a little bit more elaborately, I guess you could say, and I wouldn't say it's more detailed. It's actually a pretty short story. Should only be like a 15-minute read or so. Um, but it's worded a little bit differently than I typically word my stories. So I might trip over myself a bit, but bear with me. I agree. So technically, Princess, I was still asleep because coffee was not yet involved. Me too, Mary. I honestly haven't had a vacation in like, I don't know, 3 years. I did take a Friday and a Monday off in October and gave myself a 4-day weekend. But yeah, that's it. Beyond that, not really too many other vacations. But that was fun. No, 4 days is not long enough. I agree. But to me, that was vacation because that was like, wow, 4 days off. Like, it's been a long time since I was able to do something like that. So it was good. It was good. And it was actually up at Locust Lake. So it was when Dark Angel and Orphan Lamb came up to come camping with me at Lake. So it was a really good time, actually. Yes, 4 days off is better than no days off. Exactly. All right, 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Gonna hit my vape. Yeah, my chair is squeaky as hell. Yeah, no, and I exactly what I feel you fear, and it's never a vacation because, like I said, you run the gauntlet and then you pay the price. So it's like, is it really worth it to take the time off? Which is why I'm sitting on 119 hours of vacation time. Is because I don't like taking time off. It's not usually a pleasure. Oh, it sucks. Well, at least you had the vacation time to use, Debbie. I mean, yeah, it sucks you had to use it for that, but at least you had it to use. Oh, right, cool. Hey, Noose, how are you? How you doing? Sorry, I know you heard nothing. I had to take care of the doggo. He is old. Um, he has lung issues, and he coughs and is loud, and that will disturb the reading. So I didn't do anything to him. I put him in the back. So that's all. Yeah, he's like 14 years old. Um, he's a black lab. He's my buddy, and I don't know how much longer he's going to be around. I'm not going to make him stay uncomfortably, but like almost all day today, he's been happy and quiet and stuff like that. So he's still got life in him, and I'm not like running to the vet to put him down or anything anytime soon. So yeah, as far as I know, he'll be around for a while, but he is old and hanging in there. But he's a good dog. Yeah, no, he's family. He's basically mine and my wife's first kid, basically one of them that we took into the house. So he, he's a he's a good boy. He's grown up with my children, so he's been like I said, best friend, fishing buddy. Yeah, that's my dog, old and hanging in there. Aren't we all? Yeah, explains me too. That's for sure. Oh, he is family. He's That's the thing about animals. The cats, everything. They become part of the family. He's a good boy. Oh boy. Can you plug my vape in, honey? Can I borrow yours? My vape is dead. I should have been more attentive to that. Hello, Devane. How are you? Did I miss anybody in the stream that logged in? I don't think so yet. I think I've said hi to just about everybody. Ooh, it's 9:30. Hold on, I'm still trying to convince my wife to let me have her vape. There we go. That's better. One more hit, and then we'll start the stream. Sorry, nicotine is actually a cognitive stimulant. Tar of cigarettes is bad, but nicotine itself, I mean, it's addictive. It's not good for you, but it's a cognitive stimulant. So, I don't know. Helps me think. So, how is everybody doing tonight? Hey, SGD, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing well. Just starting the stream now, officially. Anyway, so yeah, welcome to Quick Sands of Time live reading. Like I said, we're gonna go ahead and read that story tonight. If I trip over my words, I'm sorry. It's worded a little bit differently than my usual stories, and we have a lot of stuff to go over in the Q&A afterwards. There's a lot of things going on. I've touched on all that stuff in channel updates and stuff like that, but I just want to go over some of the stuff again, reminders, deadline for the contest, stuff like that. But we'll get to that later. How is everybody doing tonight? Monsters in my mind. Hello, how are you? You're absolutely right. And I don't like going ahead and saying that, monsters in my mind, because I'm sure you know there are some people out there that are they're not aware of the church and stuff like that. And they can get a little bit aggressive. But that's actually very, very truthful. I've actually heard college professors encourage the use of nicotine, not cigarettes, but nicotine, because it's a cognitive stimulant. It stimulates your brain functions. Yeah, and that's true. It will. It'll help you to focus. But anyways, I am not I am not going ahead and condoning, hey, everybody go out and get yourself some nicotine. Like, no, like obviously do you be smart, and nicotine's extremely addictive. So I still wouldn't recommend it. All right. Hey, Jose Medina. Nice to see you, man. Glad you were able to stop in for the stream. Perfect. We're getting pretty close. So like I said, haven't started anything yet, but we're gonna be kicking it off here in a minute. So cool. All right. So I mean, yeah, I'll answer anything else you guys want me to answer, whatever. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into this as soon as you guys want me to, or run out of questions or whatever it is. And no hurry, no hurry. Not trying to keep to an itinerary or anything. I just don't want you to think that I am stalling. So I'll get into it when whenever we get there. That's all. Yeah. I mean, that's true. I mean, if it makes you feel good, do it. As long as you're not, to quote Billy Zane, Demon Knight, makes you feel good, do it. But as long as you're not hurting somebody else, I agree. But yeah, I mean, keep in mind though, if you're doing something that eventually kills you before your time, it probably is going to hurt somebody else, somebody that cares about you. So I mean, there is other considerations just to keep in mind. But yeah, I am stalling, Mary. So yeah, tonight's story. I don't know. I just read through this again today. I only read it once on my old channel, and as I was going through it, kind of reminded me a little bit of a Lovecraft, mixed with the Eye of Ra for some reason. Has really not a whole lot to do with that story except for its context, where it takes place, the environment. But beyond that, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I liked it. Got to the end, I was like, "Ooh, that was pretty good." So, just written a little bit differently. So it might trip over some of my words, might mess up a little bit more often than usual. So just bear with me. And as usual, like as soon as this is available for me to download and remix, I will re-upload it with an actual, music and stuff like that, the whole nine bells. So yeah. I will just take a quick sip and we'll get into it. Drinking an energy drink. Store brand called Impact. It works. It's like $2 for a 6-pack. Kim, welcome. Just made it. I was right about to jump into the story. It's so cool. You just made it in. Beautiful. Glad you were able to make it. All right. So why don't we just go ahead and just jump into the story? I call this one Quick Sands of Time. I know where I am, fully aware of what I'm doing and that my presence has never marked this place. Yet, somehow, I feel as though I've been here before. Maybe it's because of my studies, my thirst for knowledge, and vivid interpretation of it that facilitated this feeling of déjà vu. But somehow, it seemed more than that. The hot, dry air blew across my face against only minimal portions of still exposed skin, carrying with it tiny particles of sand that stung like 100 tiny bees as they whisked by. The weather was starting to get exponentially worse, and the gaping maw that awaited a few dozen yards before me was never imagined as so inviting. I would need the protection of its walls in order to await the desert storm out. Not that I needed one, but this was all the more reason to hastily make my entrance. So, I hurriedly trampled through the sandy expanse between I and the doorway until I had safely entered through the arched borders. I had made it. Despite all odds and the arguments of others, naysaying my intents, despite my losing my guides due to their to be the 80s tempora, to go, excuse me, an ancient shrine built to final explorations left open for the discovery. This place had remained hidden within a massive terrain known as the Sun Anvil, an inhospitable desert plain in which upon miles. The heat is more than deadly, and few who have ventured out into it return to tell their tale. Small from the outside, its true visage, your lining of numerous was it. I had finally found it. Fissured and chipped with age, the ravages of time had notably taken its toll on this place. Each and every length of the corridor offered, or if overhead, beckoned discovery of the spaces revealed above. Small, inconspicuous, and ambiguous from its exterior, as the interior sprawled out above and below, the deeper within I went. An absolute labyrinth of chambers and sandy corridor most individuals knew, or even conceived of, would undoubted its secrets, explore it, but I with a purpose. As the hieroglyphic inscriptions that had survived the plunders of centuries past, my objectives were set in stone. To describe it now seems silly, almost a bit too obscure to put accurately into words, but while crawling about the expansive bowels of this structure, me tempting to head off into one direction or another. As I'm fully aware that I have never been here before, nor have studied any document that presented such a depiction, I knew these feelings to be false, prophets of my own desires, and my intellect begged me to investigate more obvious points of interest. It's one of those experiences you'd have to undergo to appreciate, but in smaller terms, it felt as though I was ignoring natural instincts as I followed leads and passages that ended nothing more than figurative or literal dead ends. My My methodical inquisition yielded no results, and it finally seemed as though intuition was all I had to fall back on. I don't know how long I spent walking, scanning, and mapping those halls and chambers, each desolate and either vacantly abandoned or raided decades prior, leaving nothing but the inscriptions along their sides in their wake. There had to be more to it all. It couldn't have been raided in its entirety. Deep within and far below the surface level, I now followed my instincts, following the pathways of countless turns and twists ending with a crawl space just large enough for me to slide myself into on my belly. Now, in contrast to my profession and the current circumstances, I am deathly afraid of small, enclosed spaces, moderately claustrophobic. At first, there was only sounds of my breath and scuffled movement. But then, I could have sworn I detected a cacophony of voices. Similar voices, each one of them seemingly mimicking my own. But the sound was almost ethereal, not actually there, possibly a rendering of my own imagination or the spontaneous onset of dementia related to my current enclosed environment. Whatever it was, I listened for a moment, intently focused on the dark pit of a void before me, my ears pricked and scanning for anything detectable. And after hearing nothing more, I continued on, mostly just wanting to get the hell out of that coffin of a tunnel shaft. Then, something stopped me dead in my tracks, laying completely motionless in a state of mental disequilibrium. The noises I could explain away, but a breeze, a small gust, the movement of air down here was a relatively preposterous concept. As far as I knew, there were no ventilation shafts or other points of entrance. Something had blown the air back towards my face, like a large, hot breath, pushing my hair back in its wake. The conflict with my rationality caused me pause, but, just as before, I was too determined to go back now. I was intent on finding it. Dirt and dust fell before me on my other side, creating a loud, creating a cloud in the darkness that could only be tasted and not seen. At least until I scuttled out of the chamber, reoriented my bearings, and shined my light around in the darkness, revealing the thick accumulation of airborne particles that resulted in the bad taste in my mouth. It actually took me a moment to find the inscriptions I had been looking for, even though they were only a few feet away, as the cloud proved thick enough to obscure sight and demanded I give it time to settle. Even once I did notice it, an exhilarating building, Even once I did notice it, an exhilaration building up inside of me, I still shined the beam across the rest of the chamber, searching for any possible ventilation. Nothing. Nothing to account for that breeze, and I was sure that I didn't imagine it. So, I found myself left with an impossible question to answer, but my previous discovery demanded my immediate attention. The doorway. The goddamn doorway to what had been dubbed the penumbra chamber. I had finally found it. It was said to be the keeper of a sacred object, a relic said to have strange inherent powers that commanded time itself. They all said I was a fool. They all said that it was only a myth passed down by generations, but again, they all said this whole place didn't exist either. With every passing breath, I proved them more and more wrong. The crowning jewel of my expedition would be the Manu Day. Magical or not, the attainment of this item would insert a previously overlooked chapter into history. I would get the notoriety I so desperately desired. So, I pushed. I shoved with all my might, every ounce of strength that I could possibly muster, and just as I was about to dub my efforts futile and give up, the stone door budged ever so slightly. I intensified my efforts, the sensation of lactic acid running through my veins in my arms, and when I thought I wouldn't be able to keep it up anymore, the whole thing slid back a few inches before toppling over with a loud boom, my momentum almost taking me down with it. Once again, after it had slammed into its resting position, a cloud of particles dispersed within the now open space before me, and this time, my anxiety and the thrill took over me, and I found myself slowly walking through a glowing fog that was nearly too thick. Excuse me. That was nearly thick enough to conceal my outstretched hand in front of my face. And that's when I saw it. A flicker of light somewhere in the dense population of particles in front of me, only a few feet away now. A glimmer, almost like something reflecting light back at me, desperately trying to alert me to its presence in the hidden, now settling dust cloud. I proceeded onward, and as my proximity to it and the density of the cloud both decreased, I saw it, sitting there atop a stone pedestal. As I grew closer to it, now inspecting it and my surroundings very closely, no sign of booby traps, I thought to myself, nearly chuckling as movies about adventurous archaeologists came to mind. Convinced of my safety, I reached forward and grabbed the object that I sought so desperately. I know where I am, fully aware of what I'm doing and that my presence has never marked this place, yet somehow I feel as though I've been here before. Maybe it's because of my studies, my thirst for knowledge, and vivid interpretation of it that facilitated this feeling of deja vu, but somehow it seemed more than that. The hot, dry air blew across my face against only minimal portions of still exposed skin, carrying with it tiny particles of sand that stung like 100 tiny bees as they whisked by. And that is the end of Quicksands of Time. Sorry about all those screw-ups in there. I know I messed up quite a bit on this one, but I did give fair warning. So really hope you liked that one. I know if you weren't listening super closely, the ending might have been a little bit lost on you. The last few sentences, like after he grabs the object, it's the first paragraph of the story. It's a time loop. So I'm gonna hit my vape and yeah. I hope you guys liked it. And I am back. But I still need that vape. Thank you, Fear. I'm really glad you liked it. I'm very, very, very glad you liked it. This one actually I was a little bit unsure of when I wrote it. Um, and then I remember when I read it and put it up, I was still a little nervous about it. Honestly, when I went through and I read it again today, um, I was, you know, I liked it. I was like, wow, this is actually pretty good. So I don't know. I hope you guys liked it too, and I'll be make sure to go ahead and clip all the mess ups out of there and get a clean narration of this going. Um, and next year too, for season 3, I'm going to be bringing back the reboots again. So once a month you'll get a reboot. I imagine some of those reboots are going to be the stories that I read live. So that way I can like do a proper editing and stuff like that and make sure like the acting is really where I want it to be and stuff like that. So you might see a few of these like this one rebooted in the future and presented as like a Saturday reboot upload. But again, that'll be a long time from now. You guys will forget all about this story by then. So yeah, um, cool. Glad you guys liked the story. Definitely appreciate the feedback. Always nice to get good feedback, and even just any feedback, honest, constructive feedback. Not like you suck. That's that's not really constructive. But yeah, no, I love getting constructive feedback, and I love getting good feedback, obviously. So that's awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you, Monsters in My Mind. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Very, very much so. So cool. So yeah, I guess the next thing I want to touch base on, while I got you all here and listening intently. Yeah, so the rating contest, just a reminder, that ends this Sunday. If you don't know what's going on, I mean, I've had it tagged as my featured video um, since I put the channel update up, so that way as many people that were aware of it could be. But basically, I'm taking camping stories as submissions for a writing contest, and the winner is going to win a copy of one of my books, a T-shirt, and a mask of mine, a replica of my mask. So if you're interested, just check out my channel page right at the very top. You'll see, the featured video is the writing contest for that. Click on that, and all the details, where to send the story, the guidelines, all that stuff is right in the description. So if you're interested, you still have a couple of days. Well, actually, it's like a little over a day now, because 9 o'clock tomorrow morning will be 24 hours. So we're down to like a day and a half, something like that, little under. So yeah, but the deadline is 9 o'clock Sunday morning, this coming Sunday. So just make sure if you guys want to enter the contest, you've been working on something, just make sure you get those stories in before then, because I do have to keep it fair and keep to the guidelines. There's been a couple of people that were like 3 words over the maximum count, and I was like, nope, got to go back and fix it, because you let someone through with 3, then someone else gets through with 6, and someone else gets through with 1,200, and then eventually it's like, well, what's the point? Why did this person have to make sure that there were 994 words in theirs, and I let someone else slide through with 1,003? Like, it's not fair. So I do have to keep it fair. 9 o'clock Sunday morning will be the deadline. So just make sure you get those in before then. I hate to be the heavy. I really do. Yes, you did, Warrior Princess. You did write a story. It's actually been submitted so far. And no, I do not know. I've been in contact with the judge, but I don't know what he's read, how much he's read, how many stories he's read, and who he likes the best so far. So I mean, I don't know anything about that. I talked to him, and I let him know when a new story gets uploaded or onto what I call the contest document, and then I'll leave it in his capable hands. Next, which kind of said, okay, so we head into the next topic, which leads me into next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, the 23rd, I will be, all right, not a problem. Peace out, Monsters in My Mind. Glad you were able to stop in. I definitely understand having to go edit and stuff like that. Really appreciate you taking the time and stopping by for the live reading. Awesome. But we'll be seeing you around. Um, And that's fine. 500 words in between 500 and 1,000. That's where that's the requirements, News. So you're right in line. Good thing. I'm glad you made it, Kim. No one died. Yay! But anyway, yeah. So that the contest leads me into my second topic. On the 23rd, um, we're going to be doing another live stream. So I'll see you all again next Wednesday. Yay! I think it's at 8 o'clock. I got to go ahead and check my channel page when I'm done with this and double check on that. But I believe it's an 8 o'clock stream. Um, Next Wednesday. It's actually for the book promotion. But anyways, that's when I'll be announcing the winner of the contest. And whoever does win the contest, just be aware that your story will be read on and published for everyone to listen to on October 13th, which will be Creepypasta Day. So I figured that would be fitting. And yeah, so that's the thing. But yeah, that'll be announced during the book promotion stream. So don't forget that next Wednesday, be doing this again, and we'll be talking about the new book that's not going to be just coming out, but should be available by then. So I'll make sure I drop the links in the description and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in any of my books, or if you're a fan of my previous books, there's another anthology coming out. I do realize that this is right before October. The reason why I wanted to drop the book a week before October is so that way anybody who did want to buy it, the paperback anyway, Kindle's immediate. Kindle's nice and cheap. We're gonna go over the prices and stuff next week. But anyways, if you wanted to buy the paperback, at least you have time, like a week, for it to get to your house before October. So you actually should be able to get the book to you by the first week in October. Is kind of the game plan. It is a Halloween themed book. It's called Hell's Boulevard: Behind the Mask of Madness. And again, we'll go over more of this in the stream next week. But a lot of the stories, not a lot. I mean, the last story in particular pertains to it, but a lot of them are October themed. So it's kind of fitting for the season. But anyways, we'll talk about that then. I don't know. Oh, Fear, you got to take off too. Okay, not a problem. I hope you have a good night, man. Thank you very, very much for stopping in, Fear. Very, very much appreciated. Really appreciate all the support, you guys. I really, really do. But yeah, have a great night, man. Really. But where was I? I lost my train of thought because I was saying goodbye to my friends. No problem, man. Seriously, I really, really do appreciate it. I hope you know that comes from the bottom of my heart to all you guys. Like really, thanks for tuning in for this. I really, really appreciate you guys stopping in and hanging out for the live streams and stuff like that. That means a lot to me. It makes me feel like you guys like my content, which is cool. But yeah, so the next thing I want to touch base on is obviously would be the 13 days of Halloween. There's a 13-day marathon coming up. I know that a lot of you are aware of it. Some of you might not be aware of it. I know last year I did get a lot of questions, especially around October, whether or not I would be doing another 13 days of Halloween, another 13-day marathon. Apparently, a lot of people really enjoyed that as part of their October, and I always felt kind of bad that last year I didn't do that. And it really wasn't because I didn't want to put in. Sorry about that. It really wasn't because I didn't want to put in the work or didn't want to do a 13-day marathon for Halloween. It's because I don't want to read. Basically, I want to keep the stories original, like stories that you've never really heard anyplace else. That's a really big thing for me. It's a thing for this channel. It's kind of a theme. So I want to make sure I stick true to that theme. Also, don't want to get in trouble for reading somebody else's story. Even if someone gives you permission, they could always just, oh, by the way, I changed my mind and strike your channel, and YouTube is run by robots, and then they delete your channel. It's just easier. So I didn't want to do that. And I didn't have 13 stories except for, I could do 13 Saturday uploads in a row, but I don't have the time to put those together. I just really don't. It's work constraints. So that would be quite the monumental task, especially last year. Would have been way harder because I wasn't as on the ball as I am this year. But again, it is something that I wanted to do last year, especially after seeing everybody's responses. So, I wanted to make sure that I could bring it back. I was really, really excited to be able to bring this back to you. So I got to writing. I think I wrote. There's two of the days in the 13 days fall on Saturdays. I believe it's night 6, and then it's actually Halloween, night 13, actually fall on a Saturday. So those stories obviously are already written. They're going to be Saturday uploads. They will fit the theme in a sense. One's definitely themed. The other one fits a repetitive theme. And we can always talk about that in November after it happens, because the Halloween story is a surprise for all of you. Should be about an hour long. If you're a fan of my old channel, you might remember the story. It's not completely original, but it's not one that you'll find anywhere else right now, and it was only read once. So it's a doozy for Halloween. I'm very, very excited for it. And like I said, the other day was already written. That's a Halloween story. Both of these are collabs, so there's going to be a lot of really good actors, voice actors in these stories. Doughboy's going to be in them, spirit voices. I mean, I'm working with like 12 different people, and I don't want to give the whole guest list away. Hey, Autumn, welcome. Yay, Autumn showed up. Nice of you to drop in. I'm glad you made it. It left me with 11 days, so I went to writing. I believe I wrote 6 stories. Much like Tuesday Tidbits, basically. They're going to be between, 3 to 4 and maybe 9 to 10 minutes long. Anywhere in that range are the other 11 days. So they're going to be Tuesday Tidbit style. I wrote 6, and then Doughboy wrote 2. My wife wrote 2, and Beautiful Nightmare wrote 1. So we got a pretty good lineup with a lot of really talented authors. Not just me, not saying I'm talented, but Doughboy. I'm talking Doughboy, Beautiful Nightmare, my wife, stuff like that. A lot of talented authors, a lot of talented voice actors. So I'm very, very excited for this marathon next month. So really, really hope you guys tune in for that one. Also, on top of all this, I know it's so much stuff going on. There's actually another reason why I wanted to post this live stream this week. I know it's usually at the end of every month, but I'm going camping next week, and I just figured this would be easier. But yeah, the next thing I want to talk about is HorrorCon. Comic-Con, Fanticon, convention, HorrorCon. I am going to HorrorCon. It is going to be in VR. It is VR HorrorCon. I don't know if he runs the whole thing, if it's his pet project, or if he's just an administrator. He's highly involved. I know that he does a lot of stuff in VR chat. Disney Dreams is a world that was created by him. He's a trusted user. I think he's basically, you could consider partnered. I don't know, but I know he's a big part of it. Mr. Creepypasta, he's going to be there. I think he's hosting it. There's going to be a lot of other people there. Writers, artists, game level designers. It's going to be really awesome. It's all going to be in virtual reality, but you do not need a VR headset to attend. So don't be scared off by the name VR HorrorCon. If you have a computer that is capable of running Steam, there's a really good chance that you can go desktop mode. I actually do not have a VR capable PC, and the event is not accessible on standalone Quest. I could connect the Oculus Link to a computer and use my Oculus Quest that way, but again, I do not have a computer powerful enough. So I will be attending, though, via desktop mode on my computer. And who knows, if there's after parties or stuff like that, I might be jumping in and on my Quest as well if we go into different worlds and stuff like that are Quest accessible. But anyways, it is a thing. It is completely free. VR chat is a completely free program you can download, and you do not need a VR headset to attend. So I highly, highly recommend that if you guys are, interested in going to conventions, you guys want to meet some people in the horror creation industry, like I do, I would highly suggest, maybe get a hold of me, join my Discord. I can always post you the link and get you guys set up and show you how to attend. This is something I can always address. Next month, as it gets a little bit closer, it's going to be running from October 29th through November 2nd. I actually took the time off work. Like I said earlier, I took the Thursday and Friday, the 29th and the 30th, and then I took Monday the 2nd off. So I have the whole HorrorCon off. Don't know if I'm going to be on all day, every single day, but I should be able to be on quite a lot and not have to worry about work time constraints. So that will be nice. It'll be nice to have a vacation. So I really hope if you guys do decide to go, I hope to see you there. I will have my own booth. You'll be able to know it's me. There'll be a big picture of me and my spiky mask standing behind me, and I'll be selling my books basically. But if I'm not at my booth and I'm online, I'll probably be mingling with everybody else. All kinds of events going to be going on. I'm really excited for this. So if you guys are interested, I mean, by all means, let me know. I'll get you what you need to get hooked up. And so that's all the immediate stuff. I don't want to get past Halloween. I do have other things going on for after the Halloween holiday, but I don't want to overload you guys. So I figure we would leave all the new information there, and then we'll get into the other stuff after the Halloween holiday. So, a lot of stuff to go over. Be right back. Just gotta grab a vape. That was me slamming an energy drink, by the way. Sorry about that. That sounded gross over a mic. Yeah. There's Shiloh in the background. ASMR. Hold on a second. All right. If I get kind of silent for a second, it's because I'm like staring at the chat and gonna see if I can answer some comments and questions. Well, that's a very nice. Autumn said the 13 days is like a special treat, and I'm sure it's a lot of work for you. You shouldn't feel bad about not having done it. It's not that I feel bad. I mean, a part of me does. When you hear from so many people that the 13 days of Halloween, and they all say, "Oh, I understand. It's a lot of work. I get it. You don't have the 13 stories to read because you don't have." I understand that everybody understands, but when you also hear that those stories that you used to narrate and mix up in a way that were fun and campy were a part of everyone's Halloween tradition every year. Like that's a really huge compliment. Like how can you not feel bad for okay, maybe I should put in the extra work to write the stories. So if that's what I got to do to get these 13 days of Halloween done, I'm gonna, because you guys are worth it. If you guys are really feel that way, like, I'm a part of your entertainment itinerary. Yeah, like I definitely want to make sure that gets done. It's an honor to me.
It's a trick and a treat.
I'm very sorry to hear that, princess. But happy birthday nonetheless. Kim, if you don't have a VR headset, you can attend via PC. I don't know, you ever play a computer game on your computer, like Skyrim, or seen anybody play a game similar to that? Like it's literally like you use W and ASD to walk around, and it's desktop view. You don't have to go on VR chat in VR. You can play it in regular desktop mode using a mouse and keyboard, or even a game controller.
Why not?
Cool. I do hope that you're able to go, because I mean, I don't know. Not everybody has a computer either. Some people, they're here on their phone. So again, you do need a PC, I believe. I don't think you can attend on your phone. But yes, if you have a computer, absolutely hope to see you there. Devane, that's a really good idea, holding a contest for the 13 stories for Halloween. I could. That might be an idea for next year. But I enjoy. I don't know if I would do it for all 13, because I actually had a lot of fun writing the little short ones. They don't need as much detail because you're trying to keep them shorter, right? Like they don't have to be as fleshed out and detailed. I remember reading some stories for Halloween that were really short, 2.5 minutes long. Some of them. Some of the videos were 3 minutes. Some of them 4 minutes. But some of them were real short, and some of them were really good. And they weren't even about They didn't need a trick ending, or even if they had, it was more about the description. How were they worded? How did those ideas get expressed? I enjoy writing the little ones. I think I enjoy the challenge and I enjoy the freedom because I've been writing the bigger ones for so long with so many rules of have to describe this and you have to explain that and what. This I don't have to. This I can start in the middle of a story and catch everyone up by the end through description. Which kind of accounts for half the twist. Like I just like the challenge, I think, and the freedom at the same time, if that makes sense. So maybe some of them, but I think I'd want to write a few myself. Because I had a good time this year. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun writing some of those stories. It was fun writing them all. I'm looking for the title. I don't see the title. I'm gonna have to scroll up and see if I can find Creepy Clown Girl's title. Okay, I don't see it, but I'm sure it's an excellent title. But yeah. So if you guys have anything else you want to ask me, go ahead, type it in. I'm gonna sit here for a minute. I'm gonna hit my vape. I'm gonna see if I've missed any comments or anything like that, and wait for you guys to file something in. October just gets me in such a good mood that it is, and that is very much one of my favorite parts is spoopy stories, and yours and the ones you choose are always just cream of the crop. Thank you very much, Autumn. Again, I'm humbled and beside myself. Thank you. I am a little bit selective about the stories that I used to pick out. I would read through them, and if they weren't, like, you know what I mean. And I don't like picking on someone's writing. Every story is someone's work of art. It's something that someone put time and effort into and put out there for someone to read. And I appreciate that. And I don't like to pick on anybody's stories, but there are some out there that, could use could use some work. So yeah, I tried to make sure not to put a whole lot of those up. I know that there were some that I did that not everybody enjoyed, but for the most part, I did try to keep a certain level of quality. Um, Writing them, though, yes, has been helped me to ensure that while also stressing me out in hopes that I have ensured that because obviously I wrote these myself before it's, well, if you guys don't like them, you'll probably enjoy the narration of them, but I didn't write it. So it's not like I'll get blamed for that part. This, if you guys don't like the stories, it's like, okay, so I either sucked at narrating and or writing it. Like, it's me that sucks. There's no way to get out of that one. Like, there's no avoiding it. So there is a certain stress level that comes along with that. But again, I'm super, super excited for the 13 days of Halloween. And I think it's epic that I'm going to have, the last 3 days of the 13 days of Halloween off. No work. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I mean, that's awesome. So very, very excited for this year. Very, very excited for this year. This has been so far a really, really epic Halloween season, and a lot of good stuff is on the way. The return of the Tuesday Tidbit. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw that this past week. Was the very first Tuesday Tidbit to go out. Seen anything strange lately? Written by me. That's another thing that I wanted to make sure you guys know that I'm bringing back. Hoping that you'll see that every week. I can't guarantee it's going to be every week because I am going to be writing them myself, but I've seen that I can crank out a 5-minute story in about 5 minutes. So I should be able to write one a week, plus Doughboy's writing for me, plus Beautiful Nightmares writing for me. Oh, hugs. Thank you, Mia. Hugs back. Thank you very much. Yes, October is a wonderful day. I absolutely agree with the sentiment, for sure. It is a wonderful day. Okay, I will certainly keep that in mind, CCG. And I appreciate the offer. Thank you. Yes, I also agree with that. Very nice name. So yeah, 13 days is on its way back. The Tuesday tidbit has returned. It should be every week. I've got plenty of stories now for the Tuesday tidbit already put aside. Doughboys wrote me a couple. Beautiful Nightmares wrote me a few, and I've already wrote another one too. So we're geared up. We're still writing. So expect to see that every week for the foreseeable future. Saturday videos will continue on as scheduled, and you're also going to get your Creepypasta Day upload this year and your 13 days of Halloween. So it's a true return to form. The only thing we're missing out on is the Thursday tidbit and the occasional Wednesday submission. Of course, the Wednesday submission at this point would be a bit redundant because that would now just be a Tuesday or a Thursday tidbit, but not doing 2 tidbits a week, that's too much writing for me. It is. So unless I get bogged down with like 30 tidbits, it's going to be the Tuesday tidbit. But if, hey, me and Doughboy and Beautiful Nightmare keep writing the way we do, Thursday tidbit might end up being a thing in the future as well. So who knows? But for right now, it's the Tuesday tidbit is back. Just reading some more comments. Thanks, my nice name. Thanks, my mom gave it to me. Best response ever. Sorry, funny. I will tell you this: my mom did not give me the name Sabian, or L.W. or L anything. My first name doesn't even begin with an L, or sociopathic, or cleaving. Like none of these names are the name my mother gave to me. So I don't know how she'd be proud of me right now. She would be though. She actually is. Now that I had a book published and she's got her hands on a physical copy, I think she finally looks at me as a real author. So that's actually makes me feel pretty good. In fact, my sister's name, although the middle name. Gotcha. Okay. I'll keep it up. Okay, Mia, for sure. I will certainly keep that in mind. I honestly, and this is just being out right now, at least for the 13 days are concerned, the 2 collabs that are coming up, I have already cast them out. All the roles are filled, but I did tell those people I need lines back by the 30th. I have most of the lines back, but I don't have them all back yet. So if I do need a backup, I might be coming to you. So thank you very much for the offer, because we all know when you're working with like 12 different voice actors and they all promise you the world, somebody's not going to be coming through. So, and the worst come to worst, I could always do some voices myself, but I'm trying to avoid that, especially for one story. I'm really trying to avoid it. So I'll certainly keep that in mind. Awesome, Mary. I'll keep that in mind as well. Some people are not quick. Some people are really quick. Some people just go and jump on it and get it done. Some people do it in the weekends like I do. And some people say they'll do it and they don't do it. And those are the ones that I worry about, especially when it gets this close to October, because once October hits, trying to get anybody to do a collab or do lines for something is like near impossible, because everybody in the horror community is so busy in the month of October. So that's why I actually cast out the lines for these in the very beginning of September and said, you have a whole month to get them done. I need them back by September 30th. So we'll see. I have some of the lines back. I would dare to say I have most of the lines back, but I don't have them all. So she does parts. Yes. Best way to put it. She does parts. She voice acts for narrators. But I would also consider that narrating, because I consider myself more of a voice actor than a narrator, because there's a certain acting element that goes into it. Like, it's the difference between just reading off the page and acting. And I do hope that comes across with me. I hope it doesn't sound like I'm just reading. I hope it does sound like I'm acting. But I consider I consider narrators voice actors, and that's why I consider voice actors narrators. So I appreciate that, Mary. Again, I appreciate honest, constructive feedback, and in that sense, because of that, I very, very much appreciate positive feedback, more genuine. So in that sense, it's like, yay, I know it's true, because I also would hear the opposite if the opposite was true. So thank you very, very, very much. Get videos every Wednesday and possibly every Tuesday through the end of December. You got a lot of work. That's what I did. I did videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Short tidbits, not all of them all that short. Some of them were 15 minutes to a half an hour long, depending on the story. Most of them were pretty short, holder series and stuff like that. Then the obvious Saturday upload. Then there was the Wednesday submission, and then there was the occasional Sunday special. If I had time, I would narrate a quick one and throw it up on a Sunday. Wasn't all the time. That's why it was the Sunday special. So used to put up a ton of content, and I did that schedule for about 3 years. It did start to wear on me after a while. I actually took away the Tuesday and Thursday tidbits, and I actually watched my channel. I thought because the Saturdays were always the biggest videos. So eventually I just took away the tidbits for a little bit, probably about a month, and just did Saturday videos, and it started to plummet. So apparently the Tuesday videos helped to fuel the Saturday videos. So I brought them back. Did try playing a little bit with the analytics, putting up one video Tuesday or Thursday, Wednesday submission to Tuesday submission, stuff like that. But it did seem that 1 to 2 videos per week plus the Saturday video seemed to work better. So I decided I wanted to bring the Tuesday tidbit back because I feel it helps to keep this channel a little bit more relevant. I do see that I'll have people view on Saturday, and then sometimes people. I'm not like, oh, everyone. People. I mean, I forgot Mia was premiering today, and man, I felt like crap. But it happens. It happens to the best of us. So I know it happens. Happens to other people too. YouTube's notifications and stuff. They don't work. So if you're only doing one video a week, it's very easy for people to forget about you, and then like 2-3 weeks later, oh wait, I forgot. I haven't even checked out this channel. So I just feel like that extra video every single week will just help to keep the channel a bit more relevant and help to keep the Saturday videos a little bit fresher in everybody's mind. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll consider it a trial run, but I really, really like the Tuesday videos. I'm not a fan of Tuesdays, like Garfield doesn't like Mondays, and the Tuesday tidbits leave me something to look forward to on Tuesday. So yay, Tuesdays again. Very cool news. Like I said, I am the ASMR of horror narration. I've heard a lot of times that people go to sleep to the sound of my voice. I think it's something to do with the airy lightness of my voice mixed with that low rumble in the back of it. Best way I think I could describe it anyway. Oh, not a problem, CCG. I'm actually going to be checking out here in about 5 minutes or less. I'll be ending the stream. But thanks a ton for stopping in. Like, you were here the whole time. So awesome. Like, and anybody who couldn't make it the whole time, it's fine. Like, thanks for stopping in at all. Thanks for clicking the like button. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being my friends. Thank you for being with me on Discord and being there with me through my bad days and my good days and sharing my days with me. I don't ever want anybody to think that I'm unattainable. I do like, oh my God, it's you. Really? I mean, the fangirling thing, like, I don't know. That always, yeah, it's flattering, makes me feel good, but I don't ever want that to last. I want you guys to know that I'm one of you. I'm a fan before anything else. I am a huge fan of horror. I am one of you. So yeah, absolutely. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the support. Thanks for being my friends. Yeah, see, Mia knows if you don't see the notifications and then you feel bad. And I don't want you guys to feel bad. Like, don't feel bad if you don't make it to a video. I'm not mad at you or anything like that. It's fine. And it's not going to make, I know you guys like my content. I know you guys support me. I'm going to keep putting the content out. The reason why it's not television and it's YouTube is so the video stays there. You don't have to be there at 8 o'clock on Saturday night for the premiere. You can stop in and watch the video whenever you want, if you want. So again, it's not a requirement. I appreciate everything you guys do with no end. Much appreciation. I'm a fangirl first, and then I'm a regular person. I feel that news. I used to fangirl over the big guys for a while. I kind of got over that, and it's not because I'm a big guy now, because I'm not. And it doesn't matter how big my old channel was. This isn't my old channel. This is a new channel. This is who I am now. Um, I think it's just the mentality after 6 years of being in the community and working with channels, big, small. I've seen people go from 24 subscribers to 10,000 subscribers and surpass me and all these other things. Like I've seen a lot. So, and I know that a lot of these big guys start as small guys, and we all share the same thing. We're all here for the same reason. We all love horror. We love spooky, scary stuff. We love to make scary. So, yeah, spooky, scary skeletons send shivers down your spine. We all like we all like to make scary. That's common ground for all of us, and I think that's so. Socio senpai. Okay, exactly. That's like the ultimate fangirl reaction. Um, but I'm one of you. Don't ever think that you can't message me. Don't ever think that if you comment, I won't comment back. It might take me a minute. So I do sleep. I do go to work. I'm a normie, 50 to 60 hours a week. Um, but I will see your comment and I will respond back. If you join the Discord, I'll be right there talking to you. You can send me a friend request. You can private message me, and we can talk about whatever. Like I'm down. I'm not one of those guys that avoids people, or I'm too busy, or I've got too many people on my friends list. Man, there's no limit to how many people that you can have on your friends list. There's no such thing as too many people.
Actually,
So don't ever feel that I am not. Don't ever feel that I'm unapproachable. I don't want you guys to feel that I'm out of reach. You can't contact me. Like, I'm here. I'll respond. I am one of you. Hey, Boggs, you literally have made it just as I'm about to click this end stream button. I'll catch up. I will jump in later and watch. Sometimes I'll watch. Yes, I've been noticing. You said you were watching the Capes 1 through 4 kind of repetitively, which is cool. I'm really, really glad you like that series. Tomorrow is Inhabitants of the Astral Plane. The weekend after that is All the World is Stage. But the weekend after that is Capes Volume 5. And then the finale actually is, because it's a 6-part series, Chapter 6 is going to be right after. So just like the Locust Lake stories, when I got to Locust Lake, Breaking the Curse on Locust Lake Part 1, Part 2 was immediately the weekend after. We ended the series with back-to-back stories. Going to be doing the same thing with Capes. So once Capes 5 is released, Cape 6 is going to be coming out the weekend right after that. So your guys aren't, once Capes 5 drops, you're not going to have to wait long for the sixth story. One of us, one of us. Yes, exactly. Oh, Jill, yes, you are. I'm literally like just about to end the stream. Really glad you made it though. It's nice to say hi. I'm gonna leave the stream up so you can go back and listen to the live reading. And if you don't want to, that's fine. I'm gonna be once I can download the stream and cut and mix and stuff like that, I'm gonna re-upload it with music and get rid of all the bad spots and stuff like that. So you're more than welcome to wait for that too. be very afraid. I'll make sure to keep looking over my shoulder news. Yeah, I was trying to correct grammar and structure. Baby boss has somehow acquired an all new life of its own. Uh-oh. Did you create a life form, Boggs? Boggs created a tulpa. Sorry. It's not a tulpa. Cool. If you guys have any other questions or whatever, that's fine. Go ahead, type them out. I'll answer it. But no, not a tulpa. Yeah, I know you can't wait for 5, but we are getting close to the end. It's a 6-part series, and it's not my series. Doughboy wrote it. Maybe he'll write a second series someday. But I know right now he's actually focused on another project, and I don't want to reveal that too soon either. So, thank you for hey, Fright Girl, awesome. Glad you made it. Again, I'm so sorry. I'm going to be heading out here in a minute. But if you guys have any questions or whatever, type them in. I'll answer them before I leave. But I figure the stream's been up for about an hour, and despite everything going on, I am starting to run out of topics. I know I like to hear myself talk, but I don't want to just ramble on about nothing. People who send us stories to make sure we'll have to go home.
They're great too.
Yeah, can't go wrong with daiquiris, Kim. Nope, never alone, princess. Watch out, I'm watching. Always. You got it, Wrath. We'll be seeing you on the server. Jill, you too. Good night. I will, I'm going to go ahead and Mary's going to get you. I'm going to go ahead and log out too, end the stream. I cannot thank you guys enough for being here. I really, 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 really appreciate you guys checking out the stream. I hope you guys had a great night. I really hope you guys end up checking out VR HorrorCon. If you do, I really hope to see you there. Good luck with the writing contest submissions. Don't forget, there's a new book dropping next week. My 4th book, Hell's Boulevard. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great mid-September, getting closer and closer to October, and my favorite month of the year. So thanks a ton for stopping by. Really hope you enjoyed tonight's story, even though I screwed it up so many times. And I will be checking you guys out next time. Don't miss out on tomorrow night's premiere, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, PM. Thank you, Mary, for catching that one for me. And we will be seeing you then. Have a great one, guys. I'll see you on the social media servers. Bye-bye.